President Idriss Deby of Chad on Friday met with leaders of the Economic Community of Central African States, ECCAS, in the capital N'Djamena. The Central African leaders were convened for an emergency summit to discuss the latest rebel advance in the Central Republic of Africa and to study ways of averting a new spiral of violence in the mineral-rich state. The meeting was attended by Gabon's President Ali Bongo, Congo President Denis Sassou Nguesso, and Central African President François Bozizé. The Central African leaders came up with a declaration stating their rejection of any military intervention and the resumption of negotiations. The immediate end to hostilities and violations of human rights and the withdrawal of rebels to former positions within a time limit not exceeding 1 week. Number 3, the very urgent establishment of a peacekeeping force of MyCOPAX comprised of elements of MyCOPAX 1 as well as the Chadian column deployed in the region. Chad on Tuesday deployed a column of 2,000 soldiers to neighboring Central African Republic. CAR rebels had seized 7 towns in a push towards the capital, Bangui. The Central African opposition is calling for an enlargement of discussions to include political and armed opposition. They accuse President Bozizé of paddling back on previous engagements. The United Nations Security Council in France said the attacks were in breach of the Libreville peace agreement.
The so-called rebels have explained concern that they have about the implementation of previous agreements. We're offering for these same rebels and all the political forces to sit around the table and talk about what has been done, what has not been done, and what should be done. So we think it's a better approach, than the military one.
Opposition parties in the Central African Republic under the umbrella of Salaka have called on the resumption of discussions based on the previous agreements, which acknowledge the right to reinstate rebels in the regular army and pay them compensation for abandoning armed rebellion. François Bozizé took power in 2003 after a military coup with the support of Idriss Deby. He was re-elected for a new mandate in 2011, but the opposition considered the result as fraudulent.